Hello everyone. So recently I've been buying a lot of prayer potions in super stores and was thinking, are super prayer potions really worth using? At first glance the obvious answer would be no, due to the price of production to make, but in terms of prayer restoration and not cost, super prayer potion would be the better option. Now to compare the three potions in terms of usage, price, and analytic. Starting off first with prayer potion. It's very commonly used by most players since the potion is rarely available and in demand. Not only can it be used in combat training, but also herbal training as well. It's a viable choice for low to mid and even high level players. Depending on the grand exchange values, the price may fluctuate up or down, but the cost is relatively cheap in comparison to Super Store and Super Prayer. At the current price of prayer potions, according to the grand exchange, the value of a 3-dose prayer potion is 2,397, and the cost of a 4-dose prayer potion is 3,259. The reason for using 3-dose and 4-dose prices is the difference between cost per dose. With keeping the price of a 3-dose and 4-dose prayer potion in mind, if calculating the cost difference, then the 3-dose potion would equate to $799 per dose in comparison to the 4-dose, which is $815 per dose. However, these two cannot be compared without proper proportions. In order to keep the values equal, take 4 quantities of 3-dose prayer potion, then take 3 quantities of 4-dose prayer potion. Now the two are equal in terms of amount of dose total being 12. Now to calculate the expenses, 4 quantities of 3-dose prayer potion would be 9,588, while 3 quantities of 4-dose prayer potion would be 9,777, which ends up at $799 and $815. Thus, the cost of a 3-dose is 16 coins cheaper than the 4-dose. Next up is Super Restore Potion. Commonly used by most players since the potion is rarely available and in demand, mainly for mid to high level players for boss killing and in combination with Saradomin Brew as an alternative food choice along with restoring lowered stats. It can also be used to train Herblore. Depending on the grand exchange value, the price may fluctuate up or down, but the cost is cheaper than a super prayer but more than a prayer potion. At the current price of a super restore according to the grand exchange, the value of a 3-dose Super Restore is $2,849, while the price of a 4-dose Super Restore is $3,964. Once again, the reason for using different doses is the difference between cost per dose. Again, with keeping the price of doses in mind, a 3-dose Super Restore would equate to $950 per dose, while the 4-dose Super Restore would equate to $991 per dose. So thus, the 3-dose is 41 coins cheaper than the 4-dose. Last on the list is Super Prayer Potion. It's rarely used by players due to the cost of production and time taken to make the potion. It requires very high herblore and not viable to train with due to the loss in money. Depending on the grand exchange value, the price may fluctuate up or down. The cost is the most in comparison with the Prayer Potion and Super Restore Potion. With the current price of Super Prayer according to the grand exchange, the cost requires a prayer potion 3-dose and a wyvern bone, which totals to 5,411, and which also equates to 1,804 coins per dose. Now onto the analysis of prayer restoration. For a prayer potion, the amount in which it restores is calculated by the equation of the level times 2.5 plus 70 rounded down. For example, at level 99 prayer, if drinking a dose, it would in turn restore 317 prayer points. Super Restore, on the other hand, restores by the equation of the level times 2.5 plus 80 rounded down. For example, at level 99, if drinking a dose, it would in turn restore 327 prayer. Super Prayer restores by the equation of the level times 3.5 plus 70 rounded down. For example, at 99, if drinking a dose, it would in turn restore 416 prayer. So in terms of numbers, at level 99, Super Prayer restores the most of dose by 99 compared to Prayer Potion, and by 89 compared to Super Restore. But how much better in terms of usefulness? At level 99 Prayer, a Prayer Potion 4-dose restores a total of 1,268. A Super Restore 4-dose restores a total of 1,308. A Super Prayer 4-dose restores a total of 1,664. The difference between Super Prayer and Prayer is 396. The difference between Super Prayer and Super Restore is 356. So essentially, it's just an extra dose of Super Restore Potion. But what about at lower level prayer? At level 70, a prayer potion restores 245 prayer per dose. At level 70, a Super Restore restores 255 prayer per dose. At level 70, a Super Prayer restores 315 prayer per dose. And applying the same concept as before, a Super Prayer restores 70 compared to Prayer Potion and 60 compared to Super Restore. Prayer Potion 4 dose restores a total of 980 prayer. A Super Restore 4 dose restores a total of 1020 total. A Super Prayer 4 dose restores a total of 1260 prayer. The difference between Super Prayer and Prayer is 280. The difference between Super Prayer and Super Restore is 240. This time, it's just an extra dose of Prayer Potion. So where would using a Super Prayer Potion be worthwhile for just an extra dose? Well, places in which prayer is very essential and necessity, in places such as fight caves or fight kiln, boss killing to an extent if soloing at low to mid level combat, but it's not really worth using, and places for camping for long periods of time would be such as bursting rock lobsters for crimson charms, although it's very costly. So in conclusion, if deciding whether super prayer potions are worth using or not, the answer would be yes and no. Yes, if money is not an issue and wanting that extra prayer restoration, and no, due to the cost and time to make. So that wraps up my analysis about super prayer potion, and as always, thanks for watching and have an awesome day.